My name is Mikhail Mpado. The year I saw myself grow the most would probably be during 10th grade, kind of around when the accident happened. I just kind of made me realize that you don't really get to have every day for granted, and every day is a gift. Just kind of helped me realize where I need to set my priorities, and I just really saw everybody at the school kind of come together as a family. So that'd probably be the year I saw myself and a lot of others grow the most. I was probably pretty awkward. Probably like on a scale of 1 to 10, probably a 7. The thing I appreciate most is probably just how everybody at MCA is kind of one big family, and you probably don't really get that at public schools, and so I just really appreciate that aspect of it.
Okay, Jonathan Childers. Okay, so my favorite class would probably be physics and trig, just because I learned useful things. I would say also my sophomore year when I took physics trig, mostly because that year I learned a lot and I put good habits in place and also learned how much I could achieve and accomplish. The biggest thing about MCA that I love is I can go up and talk to any tutor about whatever I want, and they'll actually be willing to talk about it. You know, interstellar physics, math problems, it's all accepted, and they actually answer my questions.
Clara Cliver. I really liked trig. It was a pretty cool class. I also really liked advanced physics, but trig is still cooler. I thought I was really cool because I had a really good yearbook picture. It was so good. My best school picture to this day. And so I thought I was just great. But I think I was actually really, really awkward and didn't know how to talk to people. And so in my mind I'm cool, but in reality I'm sure I was the awkward 7th grader. Definitely really appreciate how the school is centered around truth and relationships, and it's not about getting a 100 or the 4.0 grade point average. And I think that I struggled with that in freshman and sophomore year. That's all I wanted school to be about. And so coming out as a senior now, realizing that that's not really what life is about, that it is about relationships. And so I think just that focus of truth and love and building relationships, I just really appreciate and I'm glad that I got to experience for a really long time here.
My name is Shelby Collins. My favorite class at MCA was American History, and that's why I senior assisted it. Okay, so junior trip, we're in Washington, D.C., and Jonathan is asleep on the subway. And so we just left him there and tricked him into thinking that the subway door was about to close, that he was gonna get stuck by himself. And he jumped up and ran and leapt into Z's arms. It was great. It was hilarious. It's the funniest memory I have. Okay. I think Perea and Schumann both have had a lot of impact on me. I mean, Schumann is my senior project guy. So just he asks me about my life all the time when we meet, and that's been not like that's I don't know where I'm going with that. Like he's been very helpful, like especially senior year with all the stressful things that are going on. And then Mr. Perea just kind of been around since sophomore year with us, and I've done a lot of stuff with him with robotics, and they both genuinely care so much about all of the students, and so I think they've had a big effect on me.
My name's Madison Eastep, and then what do you want me to say? Okay, my favorite class was probably Euclid's, which is weird to say because I hated it going through it, but now I really miss it. So funniest memory, it would have to probably be this year when we were doing pranks for fine arts and we stole Shaw's coffee cup, and the next morning he was going around the school looking for it. So yeah, thought that was pretty funny. Probably the teachers, because we've all grown so close to them throughout the years, and it's just been really like they've watched us grow up, most of them have, and then just getting closer to them like personal wise, and it's just that'll probably be the hardest thing to leave.
What is your name?
My name is Victoria Gilmore. Okay, I told myself I'd never share this with anyone in the world. But okay, 7th grade, I weigh about 50 pounds. My backpack is about 150 pounds. And I walk in the library, and all of a sudden my weight just deceives me, and I just fall on my back because my backpack is too heavy. And I think I just kind of lay there for a while because I accepted defeat. And then finally someone came and like helped me up, and I still don't know who it was. So thank you, whoever helped me with that. Probably just the people, I guess. I feel like, especially this high school, you just learn to really grow a lot. This is kind of the time that you grow a lot in your life, and so I guess just being able to talk to everyone and being in the environment. I would say probably the tutors and just kind of the values that are being taught every day. Kind of this, I don't know, idea to always love each other and take time for everyone. It's very good.
Michael Job, Jr. So my favorite class would probably be either American History or World History 2. I really liked the subject, and American History had the junior trip, so that's up there. Oh goodness. I don't know, that time there were a bunch of chickens in the student center is pretty funny. Probably I don't know. I guess it'll kind of be the end of childhood when I leave, so I'll have to deal with all that horrible responsibility in college and stuff, so probably that, but I don't know. Just time moves on.
Oh, didn't see you there. My name is Josh Reyes, senior. I'm in the Classical Academy baseball team. My favorite class at MCA, I would probably have to say Algebra 1, Mr. Voskamp. It's my first year going full time, and was a really enjoyable class. How can you not love Mr. Voskamp? Insert leap not plug here. Probably have to say rhetoric. It was difficult for me, as confident as I may seem, to speak well in front of other people. So I'm not like my dad. Insert plug for Sovereign Grace Church here. I mean, it's different tutors have had different impacts on different areas of my life, but I mean, I have to say my homeboy, Mr. Bowden, you know, he's been with me since 7th grade, and I've spent the most time with him out of any tutor. And I mean, we've been in this room together for who knows how many hours. So yeah, Mr. Bowden, shout out.
Madison Lee Sheets. I really liked biology. That was definitely up there in my favorite classes. Same with, I really like anatomy. Anything science-y, I've liked all of those classes. Probably sophomore year, same year as physics trig. Not just because of school, but just a lot of things happened that year, and I think that was a huge transition year into growing up and having to deal with situations more maturely. So I think a lot of tutors have impacted me in different ways. I definitely think Mr. Priya has had a huge impact on me, and I think he's helped me a lot spiritually. I think Mr. Shaw has helped me a lot in other areas because I have this passion for missions and he kind of gets it. And I think I've grown a lot closer to Mrs. Shelburne over the last couple of years, and I think she's also impacted me. So, I mean, I don't have one in particular.
My name is Gracie Sims. Okay, I'm gonna have to say my 7th grade year, algebra half. I had Mrs. Jackson, and it was an all-girls class, and it was so much fun. So probably I would say Mrs. Jackson. I love Mrs. Jackson so much. She is awesome. I had a really tough time 7th grade year. Also being awkward, and just 7th grade was just an odd year for me. And so she helped me out a lot growing up, and I don't know. I've always just had a bond with Mrs. Jackson. We must be like kindred spirits or something. I don't know. I was pretty dang awkward. You know, time's a great thing. Time just transforms you. It's great.
My name is Sarah Sergo. What else do I say?
That's it.
Is that it?
I don't think I have like a specific favorite class, but I've always liked the great books classes. Probably either sophomore year or junior year, because I feel like those were both years where I matured a lot, and yeah. I don't know, I think just like this year hanging out in the teacher staff room like a lot, I've gotten to know a lot of the teachers better, and just having those like life talks in the back with the seniors, and then just having random tutors come in and put in their life advice. It's been fun. you know, Mr. Slavic, shout out, Mr. Slavic, and Mr. Z, and Mr. Schumann, and I don't know, all of them have come in and impacted me in some way, I guess.
Richard Max Sibbles. 10th grade. Because I lost all my weight and it became a lot of injuries. Not that awkward. Average. Like any 7th grader. Not that awkward. Okay. Come on. All my friends in the Beatty family.
My name is Anna Grace Stallings. I don't know, it's fun to be able to have a relationship with someone that's your teacher and then also have them in class. That's fun. And then it's fun to be able to hang out with younger students and be able to love on them as older students have done that to me. So just a bunch of love. That's my favorite part.
Okay.
Oh, so painfully awkward. I lose sleep at night thinking about some of the things I did as a 7th grader. Oh! It's Tim Bowden. He's just always loved on me in the times, like in 7th grade, when I was so unlovable. I don't know, he's been a great friend, and as from 7th grade, calling him Brother Bowden because I had had a fight with one of my brothers, and was like, I'm sick of him. And so I was like, hey Bowden, do you want to be my brother? And he was like, sure. And so from then until now, I refer to him as Brother Bowden, which is kind of odd when you think about your teacher being like, hey, Brother Bowden will be subbing in today. I just want to say to my grade, give me a minute. Y'all have
I'm turning this off.
The world to me. Oh.
My birth name is Jordan Andrew Wetherell. My favorite class was probably New Testament because I had Luke McDonald, and that was where I learned the most about God. That's what I'd say. I would say I grew most my 9th grade year, because really before that I just was very prideful, and I would say that I didn't really want to accept what other people believed. And finally in 9th grade I kind of opened up and really started learning more about the Lord, and really started paying more attention to more people. So I would say that was the year that I grew most. Me and Will Taylor and Jared Armstrong all used to play this game where we would turn all of the lights off in the bathroom, and then we'd spin around about 15 times and try to shove each other into the walls and see who could make it out first. And the best part about that was that we did that one time, and then Mr. Z and Mr. Miller walked in just as we finished playing the game, so they turned the lights off, and we were just standing there in the bathroom after the lights not being on, and they asked us what we were doing, and we said, leaving. And we walked out of the bathroom, so that was probably the funniest moment. I appreciate the fact that everybody's opinion matters, and that the teachers really, really care for you no matter what, and they're always willing to walk through anything.
William Cole Weininger. World History Geography 2 with Mr. McDonald. Probably freshman year, because I was not at MCA, but because I was away from MCA and I guess learned to appreciate what MCA has to offer. All the younger students and the tutors and my buddy Max. I definitely remember when Landry Webb put a decapitated hog's head on was it Jared Armstrong's the hood of his car. That was funny.